Hey, it's me, a wild kitty appeared, and today I'm going to be talking about the new Pokemon Sun and Moon trailer that came out a few days ago. So let's start off with the new legendaries of the Pokemon. So we got their names, their typing, their abilities, and we get to see them in battle. Okay, by the way, before I start this video, I might say some of these names wrong and very badly pronounce them. So please forgive me for this, because normally I can only pronounce names properly once I've heard them about 1,000,000 times. Anyways, let's get on with the video. So let's first talk about Sungilio, I think that's how you pronounce it, who is a Steel and Psychic type, which again, I thought that Sungilio was going to be a Fire type, like Fire Steel maybe, in there, because you know it's meant to represent the sun, but oh well. So Sungilio will be getting the ability Full Metal Body, which gets stopped anything from lowering its stats, which kinda sounds familiar. Clear Body. Anyways, that is Sungilio. Up next is Lunana, I think that's how you pronounce it. It's again, awful with names. But yeah, it's a Ghost and Psychic type, and its ability is Shadow Shield, in which a Pokemon will take less damage from the attack that lands when the Pokemon has full HP, which again, sounds very familiar. Multi-skill. It is a bit weird how the website says that the two abilities are ones that no Pokemon has had before, but it sounds like old abilities, but they just have new names. But again, I don't know, maybe there's more to them and we just don't know yet. Anyways, now let's talk about the Alola region, which is based on Hawaii, as we already know. This region is made up of 4 islands and 1 artificial island, which I'm guessing is the white thing that is the artificial island, in which maybe it's a sort of maybe battle frontier, maybe, or could be where the bad guys are, who knows. But when I was looking at the map, I saw 2 things that I haven't seen other people talk about yet. And these are 2 smaller islands. One that is next to one of the big islands, and the other one is a bit far away and all you can see is kind of a palm tree. So are these going to be important, and that's why they weren't pointed out to us yet, and they're going to be featured in a post-game, who knows. I could talk more about the islands, but I think I'll leave that for another video. Next, we're going to talk about the characters. The first one is Professor Kui, I think that's how you pronounce it, who's professor of this region, which I kinda gathered, who also helps us through our journey, gives us our starter Pokemon, and gives us something which I'll talk about later. Next up is Lily. From what I've seen on the Pokemon's official website is that Lily is a mysterious girl who assists the professor. This young girl is about the same age as your character, and she's working as Professor Kiwi's assistant for personal reasons. She is not fond of making Pokemon fight in battles, but she loves reading and has devoured many books. Something tells me I might get along with this girl. Lily will play an important role in the story of Pokemon Sun and Moon. So yes, I'm looking forward to see how she fits in the story. I know a lot of people are thinking that she might be the Pokemon champion, but I don't think that's the case, since she doesn't like making Pokemon fight. And how could she be a champion? Because, well, from what I've understood of becoming a champion, you need to fight in a lot of battles. The only way I could see her being a champion is if something happened to one of her Pokemon and now she refuses to fight. But my thinking is she could be somehow a female in a way. Like she's a part of the bad guys and wants to stop people from using their Pokemon to fight, which is something I'd really like to see. Next up is, I think I saw someone on Twitter showed how you pronounce it, so I think I can get it. So it's basically How, I think that's how you pronounce it. But yeah, who's basically a rival in the game. Well, not much of a rival, as he's our like new friend. I'm sorry, but am I the only one who's getting sick of having really kind rivals? Because whenever I beat a kind rival, I feel bad. And I just want another Blue or Silver where I feel good beating them. I don't know, maybe Lily will be the real rival if she ends up being evil, but yeah, I mean, I'm sure How is a great character, and maybe there'll be more on him later on. Okay, let's talk about Rotom, who is now our Pokédex, and from what the official website says, that the Pokédex is a convenient tool that records information about Pokemon we have seen and catched during our adventures. Like normal, yes. In Pokemon Sun and Moon, your character receives a special Pokédex from Professor Kiwi, sorry if I keep pronouncing his name wrong, Kui, to support you in your travels. It is known as the Rotom Pokédex, and it is, again, inhabited by Rotom, a Pokemon with the power to reside in various electrical appliances. It does much more than record Pokemon info. The Rotom Pokédex shows you your current location, your next destination, and also gives you advice of where to go next, and based on the conversations you have with others. It's likely to be great help to you in many parts of your adventure. That bit about it helps you know what you're going to do next is awesome, because that would just be a big help if you forget what you're supposed to be doing, like I do all the time in these games. But the one thing that I see in the trailers that sparked my interest was the bit of the trailer where Rotom says a whole new way for people and Pokemon to communicate. Woo! Which I'm getting from is that we get to talk to our Pokemon, which is really awesome because that means we get to bond more. Woo! Yeah, I know I just said woo, but I don't care. I'm excited. So excited. This is what I've got to say about Pokemon Sun and Moon. If you want to know what team I'm on, I would have to say I'm Team Sun. And for Pokemon starters, I'm waiting to see what the starters look like when they evolve, but right now I'm sorta leaning to Litten, because it's a cat, and it's a fire type, and it's cool, it looks cool. But I will wait until I see its evolved form. Maybe we'll see it at E3. I'll be making a top 5 hopes list for E3, but my next video will be on the new Kingdom Hearts 2.8 trailer that's coming out tomorrow, 8 AM Eastern Standard Time, but for me in the UK, it'll be about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I am not sure about everywhere else, but you can always Google it. But anyways, until we meet again, goodbye!